All right, welcome Tiffani Thiessen to the show. I'm
Thank
so excited
you.
to talk to you. We're here to talk about Here We Go Again, your brand new cookbook. It's a follow-up to Pull Up a Chair. And of course, we know you from Breakfast at Tiffany's, or Dinner at Tiffany's, not Breakfast at Tiffany's.
There's breakfast.
Oh,
There's breakfast too. A lot of
There
breakfast
is.
at Tiffany's as well.
There are Dinner at Tiffany's, deliciousness, and of course, all of your awesome 90s television work. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
So I got to ask you, why do a book completely dedicated to leftovers, scraps, bits, bobs, all that kind of stuff?
Well, a couple of reasons, I think. It seemed fitting for our world right now, right? For two reasons.
Mm-hmm.
One, the cost of food is ridiculous. It's outrageous. Yeah. And I kind of grew up where my mom really was the queen of leftovers. I grew up with not a lot of money. And my mom was always repurposing food from chicken on Monday into enchiladas on Tuesday. You know, like that's kind of how I grew up. And then it got me thinking with just the cost of food and all that, as well as really wanting to instill in my children the importance of food waste and how it really is one of the biggest contributors to climate change. That I was like, I've never seen a book like this before. And so I was like, I knew I wanted to do another book. And so it was really kind of brought on at the beginning of the pandemic. We were all scared to go to the grocery store, and I was kind of also forced to kind of stretch food a little longer than normal. And so I was like, I'm doing this book. This is the book that I'm doing next. So
tell me, how can people best use this book? Here We Go Again.
You know, I tried to really design the book based off of the types of leftovers for each chapter. So, you know, the very first chapter is bread. So it's everything that could be done with leftover, whether it's stale bread or, you know, leftover pizza, which was another favorite one of mine. You know, any sort of bread-based type leftover, section one. And then I just kind of did every section like that. So there's sections on everything from fruit and vegetables, from the produce bin. There's everything that's meat and fish. There's things that are like the bottom of the bag, like, or a little bit of the bottle that you had left, or the carton. I wanted one section that had all those little bits and pieces that you were talking about. And then I have a whole section on holiday leftovers, from, you know, Hanukkah to Christmas to New Year's to Valentine's to, you know, I mean, St. Patty's Day, anything and everything that's very popular in those holidays. I show you how you can use the leftovers from.
That's great. All right, so let's talk about the holidays, because those are coming up. What are some of your favorite holiday recipes and some of the leftover creations that you can make with leftovers from the holidays?
Well, my very favorite one, because of course Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays because it is a food holiday, is my Thanksgiving shepherd's pie. It's one of those things that I have a hard time deciding whether if I really like Thanksgiving more or if I like the leftover more, because the shepherd's pie is so good with Thanksgiving leftovers that I crave it. I crave it even before Thanksgiving. Yes.
All right, I gotta ask a last question here. What's something like when we did my leftovers parties, I would say, okay, make sure you always have these things that are good vehicles and supplements to the leftovers. What do you want to have in your pantry all the time that will help you make best? Okay.
Well, I think pantry-wise, I mean, the biggest staples are going to be, you know, your spices, of course. And I mean, my pantry's crazy. I have children. So it's like from cereal to, you know, homemade breadcrumbs that I always make from stale bread. If I don't get to it, I always make, you know, breadcrumbs out of it, and I store them in my pantry. That's a great one too. And then fridge-wise, like, you always can elevate anything. And I say this, and hopefully people are cheese lovers like me, but cheese. I always have cheese in my pantry or in my fridge. Like, you can elevate anything with cheese.
All right, Tiffani Thiessen, thank you so much for your time.
You're
Go
so
out and buy her book.
Thanks for having me. Happy holidays, everybody.
Absolutely. Happy holidays. Go buy this book maybe for the cook or the leftover queen in your world, right?
Love it.